Fox and the Foolish Wolf. Gather round and pull your blankets tight. This is a story of ice, hunger, and a trick that still makes the forest chuckle. Once upon a time, in the heart of the deepest, whitest winter the world had ever seen, the forest stood silent and frozen. The snow lay so thick it swallowed the sound of footsteps, and the trees bowed low under heavy coats of ice that sparkled like diamonds in the pale moonlight. In these shivering woods lived a fox, sharp-eared, quick-witted, and always hungry. And not far away lived a wolf, big, strong, and terrifyingly foolish. On a day when the frost bit harder than usual, the fox was trotting near the road, her stomach rumbling like distant thunder. Suddenly, a delicious smell wafted through the crisp air. Fish, fresh, silvery, river fish. She peeked from behind a snow-covered bush and saw a wagon creaking down the road. Two fur-wrapped fishermen were driving it, their cart piled high with the day's catch for the Christmas market. The fox's eyes narrowed. She had a plan. Quick as a shadow, she darted ahead, lay down in the middle of the road, stiffened her legs, and held her breath. The wagon creaked to a halt. The driver poked the fox with his whip handle.
Oh, look at that! A fox, frozen stiff in the snow.
He leaned closer to get a better look, his eyes gleaming with greed.
A fine pelt for the holidays. It will make a warm collar for my wife. Into the back with the fish.
They threw the dead fox onto the pile of slippery cold fish and drove on, dreaming of warm fires. But the moment their backs were turned, the fox opened one eye. Quietly, fish by fish, she tossed the finest, fattest trout out of the wagon. When she had enough, she leaped off the moving cart and began to feast. Just as she was licking her whiskers, a massive shadow fell over her. It was the wolf. He looked at the fish bones, drool instantly freezing on his chin.
Well, well, Sister Fox. You eat like a queen while I starve. Give me some of that fish, or I might just eat you instead.
The fox wiped her mouth delicately and flashed a wicked smile.
Oh, Brother Wolf, these are just leftovers. Why settle for scraps when you can catch as many as you want? The river is full of them tonight.
The wolf scratched his head.
But, the river is frozen solid. How can I fish without a net or a pole?
My dear friend,
The fox whispered, leaning in as if sharing a great secret.
you have the finest fishing rod attached to your backside. My tail is too fluffy, but yours? It is long and coarse, perfect for ice fishing. Come, I will show you.
She led the too trusting wolf to the frozen lake. Under the light of a giant full moon, she found a hole cut in the thick ice by the villagers. The water below was black and swirling.
Right here.
The fox pointed eagerly to the edge of the ice.
Sit down. Lower your tail into the water. You must sit very still and chant the magic words. Clear and bright, fish bite tonight. The longer you sit, the more fish will grab onto your tail. But do not pull until I tell you.
The wolf, greedy for a feast, plunked his tail into the freezing water. It was shockingly cold, but he gritted his teeth.
Queer and bright. Yikes! That's cold! Fish bite tonight.
The icy water bit into his skin like 1,000 tiny needles. Ignoring his shivers, the fox began to circle him, whispering a cold, cruel rhyme into the wind.
Stars shine bright, ice hold tight. Freeze, freeze, wolf's tail.
The wolf's ears twitched, checking the sound.
What are you saying, sister?
The fox grinned innocently and pointed to the hole.
Just calling the big ones for you. Keep your tail down. I can see them gathering.
minutes turned into hours. The wolf's tail went numb, then heavy. The full moon climbed high into the sky. The wolf shivered violently and let out a quiet, miserable whine.
It's so heavy. Surely I have enough fish now.
But there was no answer. The cunning fox, seeing the wolf was firmly frozen in, had already scampered off toward the village, drawn by the sound of music. The ice began to creep back over the hole, gripping his tail tight, but the foolish wolf thought it was the weight of a heavy catch. Morning came. The sun rose, painting the snow pink and gold. The wolf gave a mighty tug, but he was stuck fast.
Help! Anyone! I'm trapped! My tail won't move!
Just then, women from the village came down to the lake to fetch water. When they saw the wolf, they dropped their buckets and screamed.
Oh God! A wolf! It's a monster! Get the brooms! The sticks! Hurry!
Panic broke out. The wolf, terrified by the shouting villagers, pulled with all his might. He heaved, he hauled, and then snap! With a howl that shook the snow from the trees, the wolf broke free. But alas, he left a good chunk of his tail frozen in the ice. He scrambled away, slipping and sliding, furious and humiliated, vowing revenge on the fox. Meanwhile, the fox had found a much warmer place. She had slipped into a farmhouse where a grand wedding feast was in full swing. While the guests were dancing, she snuck into the pantry. She ate sausages, she ate cakes, and she found a tub of pancake batter. Hearing footsteps, she knew she was trapped. She needed a shock tactic to clear her path. So she dunked her head right into the bucket of sticky white dough. She burst out looking like a dripping white phantom, startling the guests just enough to dash into the safety of the woods. Deep in the forest, she ran straight into the angry, tailless wolf.
You!
The wolf roared.
You tricked me! Just look at me! I lost my tail, and I was beaten with broomsticks.
The fox leaned against a tree, pretending to be faint. She pointed to the white goo dripping from her head.
Oh, Brother Wolf, stop your whining. You lost a tail? Look at me. The villagers caught me too. They beat me so hard my head split open, and my brains are leaking out. I can barely walk. I am surely dying.
The wolf, seeing the sticky white mess, instantly forgot his own pain. He felt terrible.
Oh no. Sister Fox, that looks awful. I didn't know.
It is the end for me.
She swooned against the tree.
Unless, perhaps, a strong friend could carry me home.
And so, the strangest sight was seen in the winter woods that day. The big, limping wolf, missing half his tail, was carrying the healthy, full-bellied fox on his back. As they plodded through the snow, the fox began to hum a little tune, quiet and mocking.
The sick carries the healthy. The sick carries the healthy.
What are you mumbling, sister?
Asked the wolf, panting under her weight.
Oh, nothing, my sweet wolfie.
The fox grinned, licking a bit of sweet pancake batter from her nose.
Just a little song to soothe our aching bones.
And that is how the cunning fox spent the winter warm and fed, while the wolf learned that greed and a frozen tail is a cold price to pay for a free meal. Their footprints soon disappeared under fresh falling snow, leaving the forest silent once more, except for the occasional grumble of a very heavy, very regretful wolf.